Okay, this is 4.5 trinomials. We are factoring trinomials. So last time we worked on factoring by GCF, which is greatest common factor. And to do that, we would look at each term and see if there's something we could take out of all three. We're still going to check for that, but if there's no GCF, the next thing we're going to check for is can it be factored using Trident method. So here, x squared, negative 4x, and negative 12 have nothing in common. There is no GCF. So I'm going to show you how to do Trident method. You start by multiplying the first and the last number together. Now, if there's not a number here, remember that number is just 1. So I have 1 times 12. We're not going to worry about if it's positive or negative. For now, we're just going to list the factors of 12. So 12 is 1 times 12. It's 2 times 6. And it's 3 times 4. Now, this is the outside part of our trident. We need the middle part. So the middle part is what is going to add to get me negative 4x. So looking at my factors, it has to be the same pair. So I can either use 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4. To get negative 4, I want negative 6 plus 2. That would get me negative 4, or 2 minus 6. Now, whatever squared here, so we have x squared, we're going to put it at the beginning of both sets of parentheses, because x times x would give me x squared. Then here, I know I need negative 6 and positive 2. And that's it. That's factored completely. If I were to multiply this back out, so I will on this first one just to show you, I should end up where I started. So this is the opposite of the multiplying polynomials. This is the opposite of the FOILing that we did earlier. So we're going to say x times x, well that's x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Then negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 12. Combining like terms in the middle, I would get x squared minus 4x minus 12. So this is just checking to make sure what we did works. And in this case it does, because we ended up back where we started. But this right here is our answer. And it doesn't matter the order. I could have put x plus 2 first and x minus 6 second, and that would have been the same answer. Okay, so let's come down here, and we'll try another one. We multiply the ends together here. Remember, this is just a 1. So I have 1 times 32. And then I need to list the factors of 32. So 32 is 1 and 32. It's 2 and 16. And it's 4 and 8. To get positive 12, well, it's not going to be this. That's going to be too big of a number. 16 minus 2 isn't quite there. That's 14. Then here, 8 plus 4 is 12. So I have 8 and 4. Whatever's here doubles up. So m here and m here. And plus 8 and plus 4. Okay. All right. Moving over to the next one. This one is done. And I can FOIL it back out to check it if I'd like. Moving over to this one. So again, I'm going to put 1 in front. Multiply by ends is 121. And if you don't know what multiplies together to get 121, that's okay. Take your calculator and start dividing. You know it divides by 1 and 121. If you divide it by 2, it doesn't come out evenly. If you divide it by 3, it doesn't come out evenly. If you divide it by 4, it doesn't come out evenly. Try 5, try 6, try 7, try 8. All of those don't come out evenly until you get to 11. And you'll see that 11 times 11 is 121. Well, it also happens that negative 11 minus 11 would give me the negative 22 here in the middle. So I know that I need them both to be negative, negative 11 and x minus 11. And I am finished. All right. This one looks a little different, but it's just because it's written backward. We can change the order because it doesn't matter what order you add and subtract it. So I'm going to rewrite this with the x squareds first. And then I have a negative 10x and a positive 9. Now it is exactly the same process. So I'm going to multiply my ends, remembering that this is a 1. So that means I have 1 and 9, and I have 3 and 3. Okay, I have an x squared here, so I'm going to write x and x. Now to get the negative 10, I need negative 1 and negative 9. Negative 1 minus 9 is negative 10. There we go. And that's factored. Now, every time here we've had to put a 1 in front because there hasn't already been a coefficient there. This one has a 2 there already, so we don't have to do that step, but we will have one extra step in the end because we started with that 2. So we're going to multiply the ends. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 is 1 and 4, or it's 2 and 2. To get negative 3, however, I want negative 4 plus 1. Now, this whole time I've been saying whatever's here, we put in both sets of parentheses. So I'm going to put 2x and 2x. But wait, 2x times 2x would be 4x squared, and we only have a 2x squared here. So we'll have to do something in a minute to get rid of that extra 2. In the meantime, I have negative 4 and positive 1 that I need to add to my parentheses. Now, to get rid of the extra, I need to see if I can divide both terms in either set of parentheses by something. So looking here, 2 and 1, I couldn't divide it by anything besides 1, and that wouldn't change what's here. But over here, 2 and 4 can both be divided by 2. If I do that, that'll give me 2x divided by 2 is x, and negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. And 2x plus 1. Now I can even check and make sure. So since we checked up here, let's do one check down here. Okay. If we multiply the first, we would get 2x squared. And then the outside would be just plus 1x. Inside, I would get negative 4x. And then negative 2 times 1 would be negative 2. Which does give me 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. So this is the correct answer. We did this right. Okay. Moving over to the next one. We're going to start by multiplying the ends. 3 times 8, which will give me 24. Which is 1 and 24, 2 and 12, or 3 times 8, or 4 times 6. To make it add to positive 2, I'm going to go 6 minus 4, or negative 4 plus 6. Either way is correct. So I'm going to write 3x and 3x. And I have a plus 6 and a minus 4. Now here, I know I'm going to have extra because 3x times 3x would be 9x squared. So here, 3 and 6 can both be divided by 3. Over here, 3 and 4 cannot be divided by anything evenly, so I leave it alone. So this one, 3x divided by 3 would give me x, 6 divided by 3 would give me 2. And then here, I'm going to bring down the 3x minus 4. Okay. Last one, I'm just going to start out by rewriting it. So we have 2y squared plus 11y plus 18. Start by multiplying the ends, but I want you to try this one, and we will check it next time in class. Okay, so just rewrite it. Give this one a shot on your own, and we'll make sure that you have it right before you get started. All right, and that is the end of your 4.5 notes. Don't worry about the bottom section. We'll cover that in the next unit. So this is all you need for today. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you need any help.